My nephew gave me this bottle opener. It's a 50 cal BMG, and I wanted to try to replicate it or make one from some 50 cal shells that I had. So I made a prototype first with this piece of copper, and what I did was I drilled a hole. Well, you can't just drill a hole on the side of a round tubing because the drill bit will skip on you. So I made a jig. So let me set the camera down and show you the jig. What the jig is, just a 2x2 that I had drilled a 7/8 hole at the end. I marked my X to get my center point and drilled down. I just kind of estimated how far down I wanted. That's probably about 2.5 inches or so. And then that's enough to fit the end of this tubing in. And then I just kind of estimated, again, this is all eyeball, I don't have exact dimensions, and I'm going to drill the hole off center. I don't want it exactly in the middle. I want it just, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch off center, and that's impossible to do without this jig. So then this is a 3/8. This is a 3/8 diameter drill bit, and so I drilled. I'm going to put the bit backwards. Well, actually, no. So I just drilled a hole with my drill press till I went all the way through both sides. You can see inside there it goes through both sides of the of the tubing there. So then what I did was, now I've got a hole in the tubing, and then I just took my coping saw. Mess here. Just took my coping saw and cut at an angle. Again, this is all eyeball, and then I went back with my file here, and I just smoothed out the rough edges. So that's the kind of profile you get at the end. The idea of a bottle opener is you want to catch this bottom lip. I'll turn it around. You'll catch the bottom lip, and then you need some leverage on top to try to leverage off the bottle cap. That's pretty much all a bottle opener is. So with this kind of profile, you're going to catch the bottom lip and use the top to leverage off the bottle cap. So here's a regular bottle. So you're going to see that there, catch there, and you want enough head spacing here to catch the whole bottle cap. If it's too small, it's not going to let the bottle cap go all the way in, and you're just going to rip the lip off, and that works too, but it's not as efficient. So you can see here's the actual bottle cap opener, and it's got plenty of head spacing for the whole bottle cap to go in if necessary. So that's the kind of gap that you need there. But you notice with the regular bottle cap opener, it's got a round tip. So what I did was I made it, my prototype, blunt to catch more of that bottle cap. See? So this one does work. I just don't want to open the bottle right now because it's kind of early in the morning for me to drink. Albeit it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So then what I did, now that then I proved my prototype, I drilled the other side of my jig to receive the 50 BMG round. I can't remember what size it is. I think it's 13/16 or something. Yeah, it's a 13/16 bit, and so then slip my 50 BMG round in there, and it's going to be pretty tight. But you see the hole there. So I believe I used a smaller bit, probably a 5/16 bit. Yep. So I used a 5/16 bit to go in there and drilled my hole, and same operation. Took my coping saw, cut my angle, and then I had to go in and do a little more file work to get it nice. And you can see That's the profile there. Little couple of scratches, but this is my prototype, so I'm not too worried about aesthetics right now. So here's the bottle cap. It should work quite nicely. You want to just catch it, and I made it a little bit bigger to give me a little bit more leverage. Where's my bottle? Here we go. Right, and I can feel that it's catching quite nicely. It's catching actually two corners of the bottle cap, so it should work quite nicely. All right, so let me shine this up and let you see what it looks like when it's all shined up. But that's basically it. It's not rocket science. And here's the finished product. I shined it up a little bit. Still got some spots on it, but I don't know, it gives a character. You could see how the two profiles are a little bit different, but the premise is the same. This can potentially be a weak point, so my design is a little beefier. Again, it just kind of turned out that way. I didn't really have an idea of what it would look like at the end. I don't have the machining capabilities to make it look like this, but this works. I'm not going to be mass producing these by any means, and plus I don't have a dyed or bullets to cap it off, but I just wanted to see if I could do it, see how it works out. So probably not going to drink this right away, but for the sake of this video I'm going to show you that it does work. Just clip it on. First try. So it's winter. So if you guys want to try to make one, more power to you. It took me probably about an hour total time to get it done. Now that's including making the jig and everything. So if I can probably turn one of these out, probably maybe 30 minutes to make one. Not exactly going to be raking in the bucks. I'm not even going to try to sell these. I might just make them some for friends and stuff. But it was something fun to do. That's all I got. Later.